Welcome to Maths is Easy. Hello friends, as there is always a need of help in calculating or solving mathematics questions on different levels, I am here for the same. Today in this video, I am going to solve question number 4 of exercise 4.2, chapter name Cubes and Cube Roots, publication house Goyal Brothers Prakashan, class 8. So in question number 4, we have to find out the cube roots of the given numbers by observing their unit digits. Means if the number is given as 3,14,432, we have to find out its cube root. We have to find out its cube root through the method of observing the unit digit. Here we don't have to find out the cube root by the prime factorization method, or we can say the factor method, but we have to find out the cube root of this much longer number by observing their unit digits. So let's check it out how to solve it. As we all know that from 0 to 9 the cube roots of the number is very well known, that is the cube root of 1 would be 1 only, cube root of cube of 2 would be 8, and we can say the cube root of 3 would be 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, and 4 would be cube of 4 would be 4 4s are 16, 16 4s are 64, and so on. So here, and if you want to see the table, you can see the table of the book given on the page number 67 or 66. You can go by that table if you want to see the cube root of unit digit. So not to waste further time, let's check it out how to solve it. First of all, we have to see the unit digit of the given number. So as we know that the unit digit of given number is 2, so we will assume that the unit digit of cube root of 3,14,432 would be is 8, and we will take it as statement 1. Why 8? Because the cube of 2 is 8. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. Now, second step, striking out last 3 digits in (3,14,432) from the right. So we can strike out like this: 3,14,432. Last 3 digit from the right would be this, this, and this. We have striked out. Then we have left with what? 340. So now we will observe this 340 by the cube. So we can say that the cube of 6 is 216 and the cube of 7 is 343. So somewhere 343 is greater than 314. So we will take 6 cube as its smaller number. So we will write 6 cube is 216, which is smaller than 314, and 7 cube is 343, which is greater than 314. So we will take the smaller number. So we will write, therefore 6 is the largest digit whose cube is less than 314. So therefore tens digit of cube root 3,14,432 would be what? 6. This is our second statement. So in our next step we will write from 1 and 2 the cube root of 3,14,432 would be what? 68. Why? Because unit digit is 8 we have solved here, and the tens digit is 6 we have solved here. So we can say 68, the cube of 68 is 3,14,432 and cube root of 3,14,432 is 68, which is our answer. Hope the steps are quite clear. Still facing any type of problem, you can ask me by commenting onto the comment box. What we have done so far, we have just look at, first of all we have just look at the unit place, and the unit digit of the cube root of the given number would be the cube of the unit place. So here 2 is given as unit digit, so cube of it is 8. So the cube root of the number 3,14,432 is 8 only. Then what we have to do, we have to just striking out last 3 digit from the number just from the right. So we have striked 432 and we will be left with 314. Now we will analyze 314 as it lie between the cube of 6 and cube of 7, and cube of 7 is of course greater than the number, so we will take cube of 6, or we can say we will take 6 as the largest number. So the cube root of the number 3,14,432 will be having 6 at its unit tens digit, and 8 at its unit digit we have solved earlier. So by from 1 and 2 the cube root of 3,14,432 would be 68. Hope the question is quite clear. Now come to the second part. Now come to the second part. Second part is 1,32,651. So our first step would be the unit digit cube root of 1,32,651 is 1. Why? Because the cube of 1 is 1 only. So this is our first statement. Now striking out last 3 digit from the right, and we will be left with what? We will be left with 132. So we will analyze this 132. So 5 cube is 125 is smaller than 132, whereas 6 cube, that is 216, is of course greater than 132. So we will be considering smaller number. So therefore 5 is the largest number whose cube is less than 132. So the tens digit, the tens digit of cube root of 1,32,651 would be what? 5. This is our second statement. Then from 1 and 2 what will become the cube root of 1,32,651? That is 1's digit is 1 and unit digit is 5. So 50. So we can say the cube root of 1,32,651 is 51, which is our answer. Now come to the third part. So the third part is 3375. So unit digit of cube root 3375 would be what? 5. 5 5 is 25. 25 is 125. So 5. It will become our first statement. Now striking out the 3 digits from the right, we will be left with 3 only. So we will analyze 3. So 1 cube, that is 1, is smaller than 3, and 2 cube, that is 8, is greater than 3. So we will be taking 1. So 1 is the largest number whose cube is less than 3. So tens digit of cube root of 3375 is what? 1. So it will become our second statement. So from 1 and 2, the cube root of 3375 would be what? 15. This would be our answer. Hope the question is quite clear. Now come to the fourth part. So the fourth part is 59,319. So the unit digit is 9 and the cube of 9 is what? 9 9s are 81, 81 9s are 729. So the unit digit of cube root of 59,319 is 9. It will become our first statement. Then striking out last 3 digit from the right, we will be left with 59. So we will be analyzing 59 now. So we can say the cube of 3 is 27, which is smaller than 59, and cube of 4 is 64, which is of course greater than 59. So we will be taking 3. So we can say the unit digit, the tens digit of cube root of 59,319 is 3. It will become our second statement. So from 1 and 2, cube root of 59,319 would be, it would be our unit digit and it would be our tens digit. So 39. That is our. Hope the question is quite clear. Now come to the fifth part. So the fifth part is 79,507. So unit digit of cube root of 79,507 would be what? 7 sevens are 49 and 49 sevens are 343. So it will become 3. It will become our first statement. Then striking out the last 3 digits from the right, we will be left with 79. Now we will be analyzing this 79. So we can say 4 cube 64 smaller than 79, and 5 cube 125 is greater than 79. So what we will be considering? We will be considering 4. So therefore tens digit tens digit of cube root of 79,507 is what? 4. It will become our second statement. So from 1 and 2, the cube root of 79,507 would become what? Would become 43. It is our answer. Hope the question is clear. Still any type of doubt is there, you can ask me by commenting under the comment box. Now come to the sixth part. Now sixth part is given as 216. So unit digit of cube root of 216 would be what? 6 6 are 36, 36 6 are 216 is 6 only. And as we can see, only 3 digits are there, so we cannot strike out the number. So we can say the cube root, or we can say the cube root of 216 is 6 only, which is our answer. Now come to the last two part, that is 7th and 8th part. So the 7th part is 1,57,464. So unit digit of cube root of 1,57,464 is 4 for the 16, 16 for the 64. 4. It will become our first statement. Striking out last 3 digits from the right, we will be left with 157. Now we will be analyzing this 157. So we can say 5 cube is 125, which is smaller than 5 cube is 125, which is smaller than 157, and 6 cube is 216, which is greater than 157. So we will be considering this 5. Therefore tens digit of cube root of 1,57,464 is what? Is 5. It will become our second statement. So from 1 and 2, the cube root of 1,57,464 would be what? Would be 54, which is our answer. Now come to the last part, that is the 8th part. So the last part is 3,89,017. So unit digit of cube root of 3,89,017 would be what? 7 7s are 49, 47, 49 7s are 343. So 3 would be the unit digit of the cube root of 3,89,017. Now striking out the last 3 digits from the right, we will be left with 389. We would be analyzing this 389 now. So we can say the 7 cube, which is 343, is smaller than 389, and 8 cube, which is 512, is of course greater than 389. So we will be considering 7. Therefore 7 is the tens digit of cube root of 3,89,017. It will become our second statement. So from 1 and 2, the cube root of 3,89,017 would be what? Would be 73, which is our answer. Hope all the questions are clear. Still, if there is any type of doubt there, you can ask me by commenting under the comment box. In my next video, I'll be finishing the chapter cubes and cube roots, and I'll be starting with the linear equations in one variable. So if you guys like my video, or if it is somewhere helpful to you, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and share the videos as much as possible. Thanks a lot.